I'm Travis Kirigosian.
Hi, I'm Julianne Mulvey.
Hi, I'm Sam Perryman.
Hi, I'm Sean Conroy.
And I'm Ryan Melly. We will be your hosts for this special edition of 60 Minutes Parker Edition 2013. In this episode, we will reveal aspects of Parker's unique school community, inventive ways technology gets integrated into our schools with our BYOD initiative, and why students think that Parker Middle School is the best place on earth. Here's Sam with our first story.
Reading's BYOD, or Bring Your Own Device initiative, started here last year as a pilot program in our 8th grade. Students were encouraged to bring in their own personal electronic devices to assist them in their classwork. With a signed permission slip, students are able to access the internet at school and use their devices for school-related tasks. Initially, teachers didn't know if or how students might use them, but with the guidance from our teachers and the ingenuity of students, we soon discovered there are multiple benefits to having your own personal device in school and completing schoolwork more efficiently. Take a look for yourself.
Hi, I'm Eric Caligieri,
I'm Rachel Howard. And I'm Grace Sweeney.
and we're taking a documentary films course here at Parker. We've been researching the running of the bulls in Pamplona, Spain, and one of our teachers has actually run with the bulls in the event. And we went after school and interviewed him, and we used the recording system on the iPhone to record his voice.
So, we used to record our interviews for our Doc Films project. We used the app called Voice Memos on the iPhone, and it comes with the phone. It looks like that. And so, we used this and we recorded. And once you record it, it saves here. And so, what we did to get it onto the Mac was we just clicked share and email. And I emailed it to myself, and then we were able to put it onto the computer and put it in our iMovie, and it has really made our project a piece of cake.
I do BYOD. I type documents on it and I take notes in class. Well, I use my iPhone for everything because if we get time to start something in class, I type it and then I email it to my computer and then just post it on the blog.
Why is that easier?
Because you don't have to bring your iPad or your computer in, and you don't have to write it then type it. You can just type it and just have it ready to go.
Okay, I use my iPod Touch for the BYOD, and I think it's helpful because you have internet access during school hours.
I also use my iPod Touch because I can start my blog posts in class.
I also use my iPod Touch, and I use it because I downloaded Romeo and Juliet so I can read it off my iPod.
I use my iPhone for BYOD, and I can type and post my blogs on my blog.
I use my phone for BYOD. It helps because I have internet access.
I use my iPhone for taking notes.
I use my iPod for BYOD for reminders when tests are coming. For BYOD, I use my iPod in the calendar in it for reminders for projects and for upcoming tests.
I use my iPad or my iPhone to look up terms in Spanish class I don't know, sometimes in science class to figure out what some words mean.
I use it as a calculator in math class because I forgot mine most of the time.
One of the terms you have heard bantered around schools these days is 21st century skills. What is this, and what does it mean for our students? We know that teachers are becoming more comfortable using new technologies in their instructional and professional lives, but technology is only one part of what it means to have 21st century skills. The challenge is not simply to integrate the latest technology into classrooms, but to help students develop intellectual habits that prepare them for the future, in which almost everything is more accessible, complex, global, flexible, and fast-moving. Our teachers are designing lessons and projects that are helping us to be able to communicate, collaborate, and think creatively so we can thrive in our global society. The following clips highlight some of the 21st century skills at Parker.
Hi, I'm Mr. Goldstein, and I'm here with my two assistants, Giuseppe and Kyle. And one of the things that's great about Parker Middle School is our 21st century skills and the practice that we get throughout all of our classes. As you know, 21st century skills include critical thinking, collaboration, communication, and of course, creativity. Giuseppe, what are some of the ways that you have worked on critical thinking so far this year in 6th grade? What did you have to navigate through?
I had to navigate through Google, find something about a good scientific website about matter.
So one of your teachers had you use some web literacy skills to find out information about matter?
Mm-hmm.
Excellent. That's great. What about with collaboration? Kyle, did you do anything with collaboration this year?
We sent emails to our partners.
Great. So in English class, you learned how to send effective emails to your partners about what you were learning about in one of your books that you read this year. Excellent. The other skills, including communication, are things that we practice often with web applications like Skype or making websites or blogging. And of course, when it comes to creativity, the most important thing is teaching our students how to adapt to changes, because if you think about it, what's really the technology today probably won't be the same technology in 10 years, will it, when you guys graduate from high school and get out into the job market, right? So teaching you how to adapt and change is really the best thing we can do. Well, thank you so much for listening.
Yeah, let's go. Got a math test on parabolas, solving for when x is 0. Quadratic formula will help you know. X equals opposite b plus minus square root b squared minus 4ac.
B squared minus 4ac. Looking for the zeros? Check the sign. More than 0, 2 solutions. Negative number, no real solution.
Solve it. Every day I'm factoring.
Okay, today we're going to analyze some graphs of lines, and we're going to do a little practice about creating our documents and adding things into our documents. So I've started a new document.
I'm Nathan Plano. I'm a math student at Parker Middle School, and I take Algebra 1. The T-Inspires are really cool because you get to do higher math, and it's a lot easier.
I'm Matt. I also am in Algebra 1. They're super helpful because just the things you can do with them are more advanced. You can basically plot, rather than like going through plotting things individually, you can just easily type it in. It just helps. It makes it so much easier for us to do math.
The T-Inspire is really helpful because we get through material much quicker because we can see what she's doing on the board, Miss Webster, and mirror it.
Like Nathan said, it's so much easier if you actually see step by step what the teacher's doing. It lets you understand it better. It can teach you new things that maybe doing it on paper or just doing it in your head wouldn't let you understand.
Hi, I'm Tim Sanford, and I would like to give special thanks to my grandmother for doing the interview. She, along with my grandfather, was the inspiration for this project, having lived through the events described in it. She has provided many resources for us, including magazines, newspaper articles, books, websites, and pictures, and many other resources. She has been a major help to this project, and it could not have been completed without her. Thank you, Grandma.
On December 7, 1941, 49 high-altitude bombers, 51 dive bombers, 40 torpedo planes, and 43 fighter planes bombed 1 million pounds of gunpowder, killing 1,777 people.
People interned were already American citizens. They were forced to sell their homes and businesses at any price possible. They were moved to one of several camps, mainly on the West Coast.
The train took us to a camp in northern part of California, close to Oregon, on the border of the two states. The camp was called Tule Lake Relocation Center.
Tule Lake was used to house those who were branded disloyal to the United States.
My
A
father
loyalty test.
felt that we were American citizens, though he was not, because Japanese nationals could not become citizens. He had come to this country to earn a living and raise his family, and he felt that he owed something to the United States. He answered
of those citizens of Japanese ancestry and the existing racial discrimination and prejudice in the case of George Nakano, whose parents
The third of four sons of Japanese immigrants defied Executive Order 9066. He had plastic surgery to look less Japanese, changed his name, and claimed he was Spanish and Hawaiian. He was arrested
the war
in
authority permitted us to leave the camp in the summer of 19...